people, and it's gone on far too long.
My name is Ronald Odom. I'm the pastor of True Vine Church, and I stand as a witness to bear this hard truth. Clergy, we are not exempt from the violence that plagues our communities. And since we as clergy are not exempt, neither should we be absent from the voices that insist on putting an end to the violence in the communities. We no longer are okay with just pastoring our memberships or flocks. We must become fathers to the parish and the community, whether they come to us or not. On October 4th, 2007, my 13-year-old son, Stephen P. Odom, was murdered while walking home. This is the father in me now. The pastor has just left the building. He was a few steps away from our home. It was the worst day of my life. Robbed of the fellowship enjoyed between father and son. Heartbroken and left with many questions that needed answers. Stephen was a happy kid. He loved to laugh, eat, and loved being around family, friends, and playing the drum at the church, and playing with his friends in the community. His school peace journal gives an account of his thoughts on those topics and his concerns for violence in Boston. And his words have been a source of his voice for us. The murder of my child along with all the murders we hear about too often, whether it's headlined as gang violence, community violence, domestic violence, terrorist acts, police violence, or black on black crime. It is all criminal. The common factor in all these acts of violence is families and communities are left devastated and often re-triggered and re-traumatized. The public health outcome is an epidemic of people with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. The murder of our son has brought my wife and I to the work of violence prevention and intervention and engaging our youth and families in communities and yes, even in the prisons. We were here maybe 3 weeks ago with a group close to 60 young folk. And we just had to have the conversation of what's going on. My role in all this is father, pastor, and activist. And I assume these roles, tears and all. God bless you today.
Somebody's hurting our people, and it's gone on.